Reddit title reads, Girlfriend gave me, and I think I could say this on YouTube, not like I'll get any views anyway. Girlfriend gave me chlamydia, which is a sexual transmitted disease if you don't know. Let's read the post. I've been with my girlfriend for 3 months. Last week she went to the doctor to get her regular blood test done. She got a call later in the week saying she tested positive for chlamydia. When I heard this news, my heart stopped and I immediately knew I had it. Yeah, you definitely have it if you've been dating her for 3 months. Probably after just one time sleeping with her, you probably pick it up. It's quite easy to contract. I've had some of the symptoms and haven't been able to figure out what's going on. Is it normal for a woman to have regular blood tests? Does that mean she has other health issues that could be difficult long term? The only reason I'd get a blood test is like if I have an issue. But I do take STD tests, especially when I was dating a lot. So I took one before I met my current girlfriend. I took one afterwards. Just making sure everything's okay and making sure that she's clean as well. So absolutely you should do STD tests if you've been having unprotected sex with people. You can do these home test kits, which are really good. So you don't even have to see a doctor. You don't have to go through the embarrassment. You can get it sent to your door. Well, you can in the UK anyway, and it's free. So I do that every few months, but I don't do it now because I'm in a committed long-term relationship. But yeah, check knowing you have the symptoms. I've never had symptoms. What is it, like an itchy knob, a spotted dick? Ew. Anyway, so it made his heart sank. Yeah, absolutely. I think straight away your feeling will be disgust. You might view that girl in a different way. Um, but yeah, it make your heart stop, especially if you really like this girl and things are going well, everything's perfect, and she drops this bombshell. But I don't think it means you should completely cut this girlfriend loose, and I'll explain my reasoning for that because it doesn't mean she's a bad girl. It just means maybe she got unlucky, maybe she trusted the wrong guy, maybe she got it from a guy who she was in a committed relationship with, so they had unprotected sex, and he never told her that he had an STD. So it doesn't make her a bad person. It just depends on the scenario, and hopefully this guy explains the scenario. So I've got two more paragraphs here. I gave my virginity to her. Oh, bro. So I knew I didn't give it to her. So that, again, from this guy's point of view, he's given up his virginity to her, and he views her as like this angel, this great girl who he's had this special moment with, and now he's thinking, oh wait, this girl's had this so-called special moment with multiple men, and because of that, she's picked up an STD. Obviously, if a girl's promiscuous and she gives up the pissoir a lot, obviously her likelihood of getting an STD increases. That's just logic. So from this guy's point of view, he's thinking, oh man, if only I was sleeping with a girl who's also a virgin. Of course, that is a very rare occurrence in this dating marketplace. He says, it turns out back in May she tested positive, but she never returned the call to find out what she had. Wait, what? So back in May she tested positive, but she never returned the call to find out what she had. Um, what? Wait, what? That's wild. That's like criminal, right? So she knew she had an STD. She had unprotected sex with her current boyfriend, knowing she has an STD, and she was likely going to pass it on to him. But she never returned the call to find out what it was. I understand it's a scary thing. Sometimes you do bury your head in the sand when it comes to bad news. But this type of news, you need to know what you've got. Luckily, chlamydia is the least bad ones out of all the STDs. It can be curable very easily and doesn't have as many long-term side effects. But to know she's just had that in her body and she's just let it develop and then pass it on to her boyfriend who's just lost his virginity, that's breakup material in itself. Her giving you chlamydia, I don't think is breakup material. I know some guys would say yes, it is. If a girl gives you an STD, run. I get it. But for me personally, it's about her lying to you. She knew you had it. She knew she had it, and she's put your health at risk, and that's disgusting. That is criminal behaviour. She didn't know about it this entire time as she has had no symptoms. Okay, this is confusing now because now she's saying she didn't know she had it, but she knew she tested positive for something. Either way, I don't know. This girl's bad news. She broke up with her ex in April and he was cheating on her. So yeah, the guy probably caught it from someone else and gave it to his girlfriend. Which she claims to how she got in it. Again, that's just a woman's words. She's already lied to you once. She'll probably lie to you again. Of course, the woman's going to blame it on a previous ex-partner. But for all we know, she's been on the streets, sleeping with multiple men, having unprotected sex. So if that's what she is as a person, that's something to be aware of. But let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say she was in a committed relationship with a guy and he gave it to her because he was cheating on her with another girl. That guy's a piece of shit and she just got unlucky. Let's take that viewpoint instead of her roaming the streets, having unprotected sex with multiple men. To make sure I could trust her, she called a doctor in front of me on speaker to confirm that she was positive in May, before we even met. Okay, but again, that makes her look bad. Like, okay, I get it in that it shows that she hasn't been cheating on him, since she met him. I think that's what she's trying to prove. Like, oh no, I got this STD before meeting you. That's what she's trying to prove. But she's also just proving that she's a liar because she's had this for so long and just has done nothing about it. Like, how old is this girl? Is she like 18 and she's a bit naive and doesn't take responsibility? Because as soon as you find out you're positive, you want to get it resolved, right? Very odd behaviour from her. This was unintentional on her end, and she is upset with herself right now. However, I'm a bit angry myself. We are both getting treated, and thank God chlamydia is curable and should be permanently gone in about a week. Yeah, you just got to take antibiotics, which might give you an upset stomach. So don't do any big plans. Don't do any big day outs where there's no toilet close by. I'm a bit disgusted and upset by this. Yeah, disgusted is the word I think came to my mind straight away. When the girl you love and you think, oh, she's the one, and oh, her body's so amazing, and we have these intimate moments with, to know she's had those moments with other guys who gave her like a disease, it does make you feel a bit icky in your mouth. So I completely understand it. It's a completely normal feeling, and it's just the same if a guy gave a girl chlamydia. She's going to feel icky by it too. So it goes across both genders, this feeling of disgust. I told her I want some space to give myself some time to get over this and not shame her for it. That's very valid. That's very smart. Even though this guy's a virgin, I'm guessing he's quite young, he's got an adult head on his shoulders, that's for sure. Because you don't want to shame her because, like I said, if she just got it from her ex-boyfriend, who she trusts, which makes sense why she had unprotected sex with, it doesn't make her a bad person. It's just something that happened and she got unlucky. However, yes, if she was sleeping with multiple men and not committing to those men and having unprotected sex, then you call her out and say that was irresponsible from you and see what her reaction is. If she's like, oh no, it wasn't my fault, then cut her loose. But if she admits like, yeah, I went through a bad phase and I was stupid, I didn't look after my body, I didn't care about my safety, then okay, we can have a conversation about it. She says she doesn't want space, and when we talk, she seems to only care about her side of this and her feelings. Yeah, if she was a good girl, she'd be feeling ashamed and want to make sure you're okay. But she's constantly put in the, oh, poor me victim card. I don't have any time for that. I'm pretty sure it is normal for me to feel upset that I got chlamydia. And it sucks to know that we both got it from her cheating ex. Yeah, her ex is a piece of shit, but she gave it to you. So don't direct your anger towards the cheating ex. That's not your problem. who has damaged her, and she is still trying to recover from what he did to her after 3 years. It also sounds like she's not ready to move on from that guy and be in a relationship with you. So I'd deal with this with real caution. Now, should you break up with her? I need more information. If she hasn't cheated on you, and she really did get it from her cheating ex, then there's a conversation to stay with her. However, the big issue I have is that she lied. She lied about having this disease and not telling you about it. She gave it to you openly by not wearing protection and getting tested and getting it resolved. And she showed no remorse or sorry to you. She's talking about herself a lot, saying, "Oh, poor me," and she's not looking out for you and giving you the space you need. So I think when you take all that into consideration, I think this girl's bad for you, bro, and I think you should move the other way. Um, should we read some comments here? I'll read two or three. Not serious. Yeah, she should have followed what I've put on the call, but it's not life threatening. She didn't lie or intentionally infect you. But it could have been life threatening. She didn't know what it was. She didn't know it was just chlamydia. It could have been worse. So, no, I disagree with that comment. No, it could have been worse. And she should have, after she got the test result, she should have followed it up and got it resolved. I think it's what's more serious is your lack of precaution. You knew she wasn't a virgin when you started dating her. Again, I disagree with that. Like, you trust a girl that you're dating. You know, if you're in love and you care about her, you'd expect her to have gotten tests before you started dating each other. So again, I think that's just poor form from her, and she should have been more careful. And I think she lacks a lot of experience. Doesn't sound like she lacks any sexual experience, but she certainly lacks relationship and life experience, because she's dealt with this in the completely wrong way, and this guy's got the repercussions of it. That's why you've got to be careful of what's in the woman's closet. You know, a skeleton's full of dicks. You've got to be careful. It's a dice roll when you have unprotected sex, I'm afraid. You didn't use a condom and now you have an STI. I don't think that these people should be blaming the guy. Like, he's in a committed relationship. He said they were exclusive, and he had unprotected sex with a girl. Like, it's not like he's just found this girl on the streets. He's in a committed relationship. They're in a, you know, he shouldn't need to have to ask, "Oh, do you have an STI?" No, she should be open and honest. And yeah, I guess he just trusted the wrong girl. There's nothing wrong with going bareback and, you know, not covering it up. Like, sex is 10 times better when you don't use a condom. Everyone knows that. So I don't know why this guy's catching so much heat. I kind of feel sorry for him. He just trusted the wrong girl. Anyway, that's all, guys. Cheers. See ya.